to fight. And it's not just any fight either. It's a 6 versus 6 all-out brawl. And if you are a man down, right, and on the defense, you have no more space to give. You have no more chances to regroup. So that's going to be particularly relevant on the minds of ATL, just like that fish was on our minds for a hot second. But we have Saucy here on the Zenyatta just looking for a little opening damage.
So close. Oh man, Sky's wings were almost clipped there. Faye's gonna be in the sky as the it's gonna be in the sky with that pharmacy combo. Oh, we were talking about Atlanta, they're gonna lose too. Thank goodness, because Sky, think about the fact that if Sky died in that opening pick, none of this would be happening right now. So Skyfoxes taking advantage of this team confidence right now. Skyfoxes doing such good work. They will be taking this point A on their first try. Your mouth is what I would like to describe as a game.
I would like to describe it as a fish statue we just saw. Because, wow, what an engagement from Skyfoxes. I mean, we were just talking about the importance of first picks on Assault, and what a way to get it. Clone Man comes in, and we saw from Saucy's point of view how helpless he was. Even when he recognized I have to back up, he couldn't. He was stunned, CC'd out of it by Clone Man. Sky comes in on that Tracer, immediately assassinates them. So already, Skyfoxes looking very set. They don't have any ultimates just yet, but Buzz already, like he is wont to do, scouting, looking for that harassment, and poor Saucy, he's only 24% up to the trans, and you have to be alive in order to get that ultimate.
Skyfox is deciding to switch to a different comp, so they're not going to be rolling into D with huge ultimates either. And Atlanta are going to be just okay with that. Getting 2 kills, Skyfox is pretty much dangerous at this point.
That is going to be a great ultimate to engage with. And so Skyfoxes, they recognize, hey, we just swapped to, nobody's really going to have a ton of ultimates to speak of, so even if we take this lost fight, it's an eco push, we're going to come into it better, stronger the next time around. So, especially Lastro, who will likely have the trans for this next fight, whereas ATL still quite far away. Hawk might well have to throw this self-destruct just to zone and buy a little more time for his tanks and supports.
The good news for Atlanta Academy is that Skyfoxes are pretty far away from their Graviton Surge as well. When you see a depletion of support ultimates there, that Graviton Surge gets even more brutal, and then so Gator's going to get EMP, then stunned, and then get back to spawn. And that is just the life of Reinhardt in today's meta. Just get jumped around. You're definitely focused fire a lot. As Skyfoxes in complete control. They got the team wipe. They're going to grab this second point. 5 minutes and 37 seconds left for them in the time bank.
Are we, like, I hope everybody has a notebook down. We're seeing all kinds of milestones for Skyfoxes today.
There was that Horizon Lunar Colony, last season where they did not grab point A in 6 minutes. So I'm sorry, I still need to get trust some built. You know, it's got to be earned.
Yes, exactly. They're still writing this new story. The next chapter is just about to unfold. But
sequel definitely better than the original so far, though.
Exactly, but the intro has hooked me in so much. 5 minutes, 37 seconds, and although they seemed hesitant for a second on their initial approach on point B, the second time around, they're like, you know, Atlanta Academy almost felt like they were bluffing just a little bit. Both teams recognized that nobody really had any ultimates, but ATL, you know, they were hoping that the bluff would be enough to hold Skyfoxes back, but they read them perfectly.
Well, a lot of Atlanta Academy, if you go through the matchups throughout just the takes, the Sombras, right? Atlanta Academy, they're being held in check pound for pound by what Skyfoxes are bringing to the table. This Buzz on Sombra has really gotten to them.
Yes, and it's so hard to play against unless your diva is dedicated, you know, to just spy checking, spraying the backline constantly to see if you can decloak an invisible Sombra, or you run your own, or you just focus on that front line, melting those shields so hard that the Sombra doesn't really get any value. And ATL right now, it doesn't seem like they're doing really either one. So, Gator on this Winston could be a good one to try and get onto the objective very quickly, very early. Not sure about this Tim, probably just for the teleport. As we see it go down, and nope. I'm doubting that it is maximum value symmetric teleport, though I am not a player. So it will be, once again, back to that GOATS competition for both teams. Wisely, I would say, Skyfox is keeping Buzz on this Sombra.
It's like they did it to a peach, 90% of it was hit. You know, you didn't know, but That's just what happens. Skyfoxes, Bud's gonna take it pretty low, and you really want to make sure that you're keeping track of that EMP charge because it can't skyrocket. But if you keep these Sombras in check, they can be stuck for a very long time building that EMP, and they're pretty much useless up until they do get it. They do get some hacks down though, and that could be useful for Skyfoxes, but we're not seeing that. But right now, Perfect is going to be victim to that hack, but Gator's going to get the first kill. Atlanta Academy have a 64 right now. Skyfoxes will need to reset.
A really good early fire strike by Gator. Clone Man, though, was in a bit of dangerous positioning. He was so low that he had to back up. Couldn't do it quite fast enough. The ATL, still are not out of it at all. Rushing into point B with almost 7 minutes and a rally, which is oftentimes just the little bit of cushion that you need to get Saucy up to that transport phases grab. But Skyfoxes, they're sitting even pretty, already on that high ground. They're going to be expecting an aggressive engagement from ATL, who want to try and match their time. Oh.
Yeah. I think that's all you need right there. It's just oof. Buds doing some Buds things once again. Gonna get this defense in. Bad news for Atlanta Academy. Sugar Free used the rally.
It is a bit of feels bad, and at this point, I'm wondering, do we see a swap here? Maybe not. Perfect is already so close to a Graviton, so you might as well give it another no. But Buds on this Sombra, you look at his positioning as well. He is always at another angle, right? So even if Atlanta Academy are sweeping behind them, he's probably on their side. It's so difficult, especially as a Reinhardt, and one that likes to play as aggressively as Gator, not to be able to just walk forward and go in confidently. You always have to be keeping that Sombra in the back of your mind.
Well, that entrance is such a good place for Sombra to EMP, but now they know they don't have it. They decided to take that same route as Gator, going to be taken very, very low. The focus there was so good from Skyfoxes. This is a team I feel like is a little bit beyond their years at this point. They're keeping Atlanta Academy, the finalist of last season. They're playing pound for pound, just as good if not better than them. However, Atlanta Academy do have 5 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock and 4 ultimates for this next push.
Oh, they certainly have multiple chances and some good chances as well. 4 ultimates online for ATL. They can easily use that sound barrier to continue to tempo the fight, keep pressuring, but already Buzz, he expects Atlanta to go for the big
We're gonna see it again, but Saucy had the feeling, got the Transcendence off, but it wasn't enough for Perfect to stay on this Earth. Skyfox is still looking good. That one EMP, that one investment was enough to push Atlanta Academy back.
And not only that, they drew the trance. Right, you're gonna take EMP for trans trade any day of the week and twice on Sunday to quote one of our favorite Owlcasters. But ATL again, not quite out of it just yet. Maybe just bum rush the point and don't give Skyfoxes that chance to really set up.
Oh, I like what they're doing here too. You were right, and Skyfoxes have to react to Atlanta Academy this time around rather than knowing how they're going to come in. They get to be a little bit more proactive here. Sugar Free get taken so low. Good sound barrier to save Sugar Free. Ajax going to get stuck right after because he knew it was coming, but it was a little bit too late from Skyfoxes. FaZe is going to throw out that Graviton Surge, lock up 3. Perfect getting taken pretty low. The Discord Orb was on him, but no one is dying so far for Atlanta Academy as the Transcendence for Saucy is back online. Skyfoxes need this EMP to happen, and they need to make it work, and it needs to be huge. Atlanta Academy are going to get 4 hacks off because of that EMP, and they do bring it back. Skyfoxes, praise Lord Buds on this Sombra.
Praise Buds. That's a KZ McElwain, right? Just sending up your thanks and it is painful. Hawk, no, not like this.
Hawk's been very, very quiet these last 2 maps.
Right, and so unexpected for a player who has really taken flight that he is falling to the ground at this point. And you saw what happened right there. Gator had tunneled into taking down Sky, and you cannot leave your Reinhardt alone, even just versus a Vegeta, right? So all the rest of ATL, they got split. Some of them were trying to contest the objective, some of them went to go and try and help Gator, and that meant a juicy EMP once again for Buds, who is set up in his favorite scouting high ground right there, looking for ATL. So who's going to take this wrap-around route?
They did just get EMP'd, so it's a little bit safer than it has been in the past, but so far it has not been good for Atlanta Academy until now. The Graviton Surge is enough to take Sky out of this fight. Atlanta Academy had a 65, and Matt got stunned and taken down. That means no sound barrier going to be available to them until Skyfoxes are able to re-engage. But once again, Buds only 24% away from that EMP. Is he going to be able to get there? He's so close. And Atlanta Academy are also very close to capturing this map, already getting 2 ticks. Buds does have that EMP. Is it going to be enough? We're going to translocate in. The EMP is out, does get 5 more people. Saucy is able to use that Transcendence. He has adapted to Bud's play style so far. He knows it's coming at this point, and they do take the second point. Good stuff from Saucy there.
Yeah, Saucy helping his team go into round 2 versus Skyfoxes, who have not been making it easy at all. And I love the adaptation right there from Atlanta Academy. You're absolutely right, Boop. They went for the same route, but they knew the EMP was offline. So they go in and we're just going to grab, man. Any pick is a good pick, you know, when you know that you have both Stanberry and Transcendence up yourselves to keep, you know, tempoing that fight, keep your own tanks up and alive. So, you know, maybe just surprise is going to be the way against Skyfoxes, if not composition-wise, in terms of that play style. How aggressive do you go? How much time do you take to set up? Because Atlanta Academy seemed like they were trying to go for some of those perfect fights, right? But along the way, they were running that marathon and their shoes fell off, right? Because Buds untied the laces.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what Sombra would do. She'd untie them and then tie them together. Right?
And she's invisible. We don't know she's doing it.
What a seed advantage for shoelace tying, right? Atlanta Academy going to be switching Saucy on to this and potentially going to get, maybe just trying to get early sleep and get an early point A take. That's totally a possibility here, but Skyfox is not going to mess with something that ain't broke.
Buzz on the summer once again. Saucy with this honor, though, not only going to be able to go aggressive with that nano, but you have the ability to buy space with the anti-nade, and you're going to be so much less vulnerable to the summer's hacks.
They're going to be sticking with this on here. Atlanta Academy are going to have that super and the grenade out. They got it for the Skyfoxes, though. Have Buzz on that Sombra. It's going to sound like a broken record, but he's a big reason why this team is doing well right now. Clement going to get purple to get taken Philo. Are they going to be able to finish it off? Yes, Saucy on the Anna is able to finish what he started on that Reinhardt. Atlanta Academy, the Hawk, getting close to being D-Mac and actually not getting a lot of charge on that ultimate for his self-destruct. But as of right now, does he even need it? As Atlanta Academy still do have that numbers advantage, but not for long. But he's going to take Saucy down. One of the only ones that can really keep him in check for people after this EMP. It really is just deja vu. They have to do something different, and that's why I'm questioning the Saucy pick right here, because he was finally getting it done with that Zenyatta.
It's a glitch in the Matrix, Boop. You think that Atlanta Academy has an advantage coming in. Saucy charged that nano so quickly, as good autos are wont to do, but it didn't matter at all. He still got taken down by Buds. And one of the reasons that we may see Hawk with such low ultimate charge is he's not been putting in as much damage to keep the back line safe. But now the nano is available.
The Mac got taken very, very low, but I think the rally armor had an exactly good save. And the Clement going down first once again, but trades all around 5v5 right now. The Transcendence now from Skyfox is going to keep this defense alive, but it's going to be the last thing they have until this EMP is up for them. And Bud just seems to have EMP at the right moment every single fight. He's had one for every fight so far, as the rally armor will be depleting here in just 1 second. Atlanta Academy also pretty weak in terms of HP. That health pack from Sugar Free is going to help Gator stay alive, but they're not going to have any more of that burst healing from Sugar Free. Ajax going down, but no Lucio's on either side once again. That seems to be happening. They're playing this very evenly. 5v5 right now. FaZe is going to use that Graviton Surge. No more picks. Is Perfect going to find another one? No. Sugar Free is going to be going down, but so is Sky. So this is another repeat in history here with Buzz's EMP. Atlanta Academy might not take point A.
Not looking like it. Nope. Bar's a miracle, and unfortunately, we are not going to be graced with one today. Skyfoxes holding strong. Wow. I mean, here's one of the things. When you lose Sugar Free's Vegeta, not only do you lose that ability to frontline brawl, to tank so much more, all of the added CC, but you lose some of the little burst healing that you have when you play Goats, right? You have a Reinhardt, you have poor Gator, who's been bounced around between all of these Boops and Rhines, and he's getting low, and even if you have a Zen or a Lucio online who are amping and orbing him, it's a heal over time. So that Brigitte is actually extremely valuable, not only for, you know, what she brings to the table on the surface, but so good for those clutch heal moments. So ATL, they're going to be thinking about that on their defense.
I think we're finally seeing Atlanta make an adjustment here for this Sombra, giving it the respect that it deserves with this Winston. Maybe a little easier to pick her out, get out of those hacks a little easier, but they're going to have to do something because Buzz has been walking all over him with the other purple lady.
Yes, and his shoes, they're heavy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like real hiking boots. So ATL, sneaky, going for an early hold, potentially. You have to hold for 5 minutes and 37 seconds. You might as well.
This is a risk. This is a risk.
This is a risk.
Because if they do lose any members here, this is point A for Skyfoxes. They don't have to take all of it. They only need to take 85.6% of this point. Sugar Free, though, getting a kill on some Mac. Oh, this is perfect for Atlanta Academy. The risk means they get a little bit of a reward. Deep in the net will appear. Atlanta Academy do take 2 down. They're going to take about 30 seconds off the clock.
Sometimes it's an invisible net, but this time around it worked out for ATL, able to pluck that pharmacy out of the sky so early on. Not only means that you won that initial brawl, but FaZe have to wait a little bit longer till he has that all-important barrage to open things up. Hawk with this team really has to be keeping that matrix up, not only to keep his backline safe, but to eat those rockets, get up in the face of this Pharah. He's one of the few heroes who can actually do that.
Sky doing some fancy footwork to try to focus Gator down, but it's not going to be enough. The one thing that Skyfoxes have is time on their side, so the picks that you're seeing, they're pretty much just shrugging off at this point because they're just waiting for ultimates. They have so much time on the clock, they don't even worry about this.
Yes, and any pick is a good pick. Ooh. Gator managed to escape with just a sliver of life and FaZe himself. Potentially not going to be as lucky. No pot with the drive-by kill. However, Saucy is down though. This is an opening.
It's definitely an opening because Saucy will not be there for the next engage from Skyfoxes. And with that D-Neck, Skyfoxes have a huge advantage coming into this attack. Atlanta Academy have got to be sweating in their shoes right now. I'm pretty sure no one says that. Skyfoxes is going to have that EMP as well. Buds has been so effective with this EMPs, but Gator trying to isolate Buds out. They're finally doing something about it. I love that.
Very good. Gator now can take the initiative, use that aggression that he is looking for. Roadman just keeping pressure on the point, and Sugar Free's down.
Now that Sugar Free is down, this means Skyfoxes have a good opportunity to use that EMP. He's going to go ahead and use it on Zenyatta. This is the old school style of using that EMP. The shield goes away, and it's very, very quick to the grave for that Zenyatta. Atlanta Academy going to use that Primal Rage. It might be the only thing that they can use right now to delay Skyfoxes winning this second map and getting to match point here on Hanamura. That's exactly what we're going to see is Atlanta Academy. You see Saucy using that Transcendence. Oh no, I don't even know if overtime's going to start.
I'm not sure Sugar Free waiting to tag in, but he's going to be tagging straight into the face of another Tracer. Hamid at the ready, Spara into the skies. This is such a back and forth. It's going to be so difficult, and unfortunately, Academy, Atlanta, they couldn't pull it out.
They had so much time. Overtime didn't even matter. That was never going to happen. And so Skyfox is going to take the victory over Atlanta Academy, getting all 2 of their History's map wins in 1 game today, and something that is huge for them. We got to give them props for just the improvement and just the coaching and just the org in general being able to make the adjustments necessary to be as successful as they are today. Even if they do end up losing this in a 5-game set, they can take a lot of good stuff away from this.
Oh, I would be so proud of this team if I was their coach, their manager, you know, their parents, their friends.
Time to go to Baskin Robbins, I think.
Exactly. Get like, you know, a peanut butter ice cream cone or something. Because Skyfoxes, you saw the composition that they were running there, quadruple DPS, right? A solo Hammond, and a lot of times we see teams try and run that kind of multi-angle, multi-front attack, and they have a hard time pressuring the point, right? But with a Sombra, with a Tracer like Buds and Sky, they were always toe-tapping on the point, never letting Atlanta rest for a second, right? And that D-Mech onto Hawk, even though the barrage didn't really get any kills, it was just palms sweaty, moms spaghetti that whole game for Atlanta Academy. They never held the advantage. And Skyfoxes knew exactly what they had to do with that massive time bank. Just build up some DPS ultimates, and even with all the barriers in the world, they will come crashing down.
Yeah, Buds' decision-making has been amazing, too. Using the EMP solo on this Yada to lock up the point. That feels bad for Saucy there, but that was the right move for Buds. There was no reason to wait for better opportunities. That opportunity was right then and right there. And I know other people, maybe even contenders, wouldn't have pulled the trigger then.
You don't get a better pick than the Zenyatta in that point. And right now, Skyfox is playing with tons of confidence. They don't seem frightened at all that they're going up against one of the most dominant teams that we saw last season. And I'm loving it.
Was the less than an hour game against Atlanta Academy last season? We'll have to look that up once more, but that would be huge revenge for them if that was the case. That's a great story. And so going into this next game, though, a couple things that we saw from Atlanta that we talked about before that game, we still saw throughout that game. It was Sugar-Free dying first, and then it was
classic.
Yeah, and it was Perfect kind of just not as loud as Buds, right? Or just not doing as much as his counterpart on the other side.
I would absolutely say so. You would hope for a little bit more production from your own Sombra, or you know, just at least a little bit more. Let's say like running distraction, right? You don't have to be like 1v1ing, right? Everybody. You don't have to be hacking the world all the time, but just tearing Skyfox's attention in any direction other than just rushing forward, kill, which seems to be the go-to playstyle for this team, and ATL haven't put up a ton of resistance so far.
As of right now, Atlanta is just struggle buggies with the Sombra right now. I don't think that they were prepared for this level of Sombra, or maybe it's starting to look like they weren't prepared for Sombra in general, and that's a scary situation, I think, for me and this team, because Sombra is getting more and more popular, and if you can't deal with it, you're not going to be doing as well as the ones that can.
Yes, absolutely. This is a meta now. We're moving into a time and place where you have to be able to run your own Sombra, at least as an option, right? And I think, to be fair to Atlanta, a lot of these issues are just going to be because their roster is not fully yet fleshed out, right? They're new to each other, especially playing with Perfect, who is fitting into a very important role in that, you know, Zarya flex tank, DPS kind of middle mosh pit area, and you have Saucy on the flex support, right? So there is going to be some adjustment for Atlanta Academy, but they do have to be, you know, kind of just they're going to go back and look at this tape, no doubt, because Atlanta Academy had such a good win rate on Assault. They'll want to regain dominance on this map type.
I believe they were undefeated on Assault last season until the finals.
Yes.
And so, like you said, though, the core of the team is the same, so there should be a little bit more of that there. But right now, Skyfox is looking like the better team just in general. The Brig is, you know, Brigs are, a lot of the time when the Brig or the Zarya dies first, you know the rest are going to be coming, but that tends to be happening to Atlanta more than just numbers-wise, more than the Skyfoxes.
And Junkertown is going to prove a little bit tricky for Atlanta as well if they aren't able to flex onto some of those more niche Junkertown specific comps, like Pirate Ship with the recent Bastion, or, you know, Protect the President with a Reinhardt Bastion, some of those looks. But Skyfoxes themselves not going to be throwing anything crazy in the mix. It is Ryan, Zarya, Sombra once again for them. So ATL's Ghost could work out theoretically against this comp. They're not going to have an innate disadvantage from these heroes. It's going to be all about how you use it.
Skyfox is going to be starting his defense off with Buzz on that Sombra. Atlanta Academy will be starting this attack off with a pick, so they do have a little bit more room to go, but Atlanta Academy can't feel too good about it. Oh, but actually Cloakman is isolated right now. That's a good one for them. They're going to make some progress.
Yep, indeed. Hawk and Gator are able to hunt him down, and now Buzz is also out of the mix. And Skyfoxes, looking like they were potentially caught off guard just a little bit by that early pick from Atlanta Academy. Didn't see quite as much space as they may have needed to, but they will still have one more shot before this payload slides into point A. And actually no huge ultimate advantage for Atlanta Academy, surprisingly.
Come into play here on this next engage as Atlanta Academy get very, very close to grabbing this first point. Gator is taxed, a little bit of an opening for Skyfoxes, pushing some damage, and they're going to take that.
Revenge.
Yeah, Lessard's going to take this and move to 65 for Skyfoxes as the rally's going to try to keep Atlanta Academy alive on this payload. The EMP is not going to help, though. Hacking for Gator going down very early on. Lessard getting another pick into this fight. Atlanta Academy struggling again.
EMP'd, stunned, dead, back to respawn. Kind of the feels right, man. But Atlanta Academy, they do have to find some way forward here. It seems that this team does struggle when they don't have any ultimates available. So it is good news that Perfect now has that Graviton Surge at the ready. However, Lessard has had plenty of time to get up to that Transcendence as well. So ATL not really walking into this with any huge advantage, and already Perfect packed.
They're not going to be able to do anything with that. Oh, Sugar Free is going to go down. Skyfox can start this off with another great pick. Lasher's going to just save one. This seems to be history repeating itself. This Academy going to be struggling again on this field. Down to a minute and 9 seconds left. Sound Barrier can use Atlanta Academy. Self-destruct is out. Doesn't get anybody. Skyfox is still looking good on this defense. EMP's gonna hit all 6 people. Man, Buds on these EMPs knows exactly what to take them out.
It's the full 6-pack time and time again. Oh, and Lastro, that was, he got caught in the middle of a Ryan sandwich. That is what happened. Cloverman countercharges. But it doesn't seem to matter as Skyfoxes, again, they have the shatter at the ready. Buds, ATL is going to be walking into a hack, potentially easy going to be this time around. He might not even need it. Oh, saucy.
Buds getting another pick and then a hack onto the Hawk, so there's no defense matrix for him. He's able to push a ton of ultimate charge because of that hack onto that Diva. Cloverman still looking good too. Skyfoxes in complete control.
Atlanta Academy, they have to expend an ultimate just to get out of spawn. Should Skyfoxes continue to hold up this close, looks like you're going to cede some spaces. Why is there may be a potential for a back cap in this scenario? So you want to just play it safe. You don't want to start the fight so well and then just to give it up in the very end. But Buds is hungry, folks. You've got to start making a bingo card for all the people with EMPs.
Oh, was actually looking to go for the right part, but the hack did end up on the break. That would have been fine as well. As Perfect first kill. Good Earth Shatter coming from Skyfox, knocking 3 onto the ground. Atlanta Academy is going to get EMP'd. All 6 people are going to be hacked once again. Skyfoxes are going to be holding. There's only 15 seconds left on the clock.
Nope, and nobody's speedy. Maybe a Desperation Tracer just to tag in, but even the speed of light potentially not fast enough to touch the payload. And Atlanta Academy looking like an entirely different team here.
They were able to get overtime started, but they're looking for a miracle. They're looking for that miracle overtime take. Atlanta Academy is still missing it. That Lucio, he's been Transcendence alive. Gator being hacked. I mean, he's not going to have the scalability as he had before. Skyfox is still in complete control right now on it. The payload is Perfect onto the Widow to try to make some things happen. If he's able to get some good picks, then this could be good news for Atlanta Academy. Ajax being hacked is not very good, as Skyfoxes are going to stop them right here on the first point on a Junkertown. They don't have much more to go to take this victory.
I believe we would call that in this industry a full hold move, and Skyfoxes full held. Let's just taste that, get used to it, because with the way that this team is playing, we might well see it more. Atlanta Academy, the only question now is what this team is going to do to adapt to what Skyfoxes are throwing at them. We've seen it before in kind of those little moments with Saucy, you know, playing a little bit further back, but on a map like Junkertown that is unique in escort maps in the amount of small hideaways, little huts, cabins, flanking routes. There's so many different ways to get into the back line that I don't know if, you know, just playing further away from the team is going to be an option for Saucy and Ajax this time around. Not to mention, you also need to be close enough to be effective in healing and keeping line of sight of all of their tanks. So Atlanta Academy in a pretty tough spot right now, but Perfect showing that Sombra, at least right now, probably kind of out of spawns, so we can be expecting it. Just a question of, is he going to get as much value as Buds? Maybe he has a dowsing rod. You can just tell, like, you know, where the good hacks are.
Maybe. I mean, something's telling him, right? he's doing a great job. I wouldn't change a thing that Skyfoxes is doing right now. They don't have very long to go to take this map and beat Atlanta Academy, the finalist from last season, at 3-1, and start off their contender stronger than a lot of teams could even hope for. But now Atlanta Academy are going to be on at the defense, but it's going to be able to do some scouting. Oh, look at that heads-up play, knowing exactly when Sombra might be coming out, spraying and praying there, and knowing that Perfect is going to be on that Sombra.
Yes, so it is tied 12-12 in ultimate percentage. The Skyfoxes aren't slowed down at all, and this is actually where the mentality comes into play. You're playing mirror compositions, so neither team has an inherent advantage. It's all about, once again, how you use it, and Bud not deterred in the slightest. Saucy forced all the way back to respawn.
Saucy, there's Sombra behind you and a Reinhardt in front of you. One of them was going to take you down, and Skyfoxes look so good, and they're looking like they're going to compete during all season and potentially even the playoffs. I mean, if they win right now, they are.
Yes, and this payload is looking completely unimpeded. Perfect is alive, but he can't stall any objective while he's still invisible. He has to decode, put himself active in order to stall this payload. Now he's trying to put some pressure on Lastro, but the Brigida is there.
Buds is playing a little bit better of a Sombra than Perfect. This hockey is going to be hacked, so there was no particle barriers available for the rest of the team. As Skyfoxes pull off the upset and take down Atlanta Academy 3-1. It's starting their first season of 2019 off super strong.
With a bang.
There's definitely some things to go back to the drawing board for Atlanta, though.
I would absolutely agree, Boop. You can tell this team, maybe is just a little bit like, okay, we know, this is, we have to adapt to this Sombra, but we're going to figure it out. I have no doubt that their coaching staff and all of these veteran players, who, again, performed so well the last season, we know they have it in them. It's just a question of, getting the team cohesive to that point. So, but congratulations to Skyfoxes. Honestly, we got to get a thesaurus to start describing all of these plays and how impressed we are.
I think this just goes to show the teams that can have a high level Sombra are gonna potentially walk over some of these GOATS compositions. Everyone is together anyway, right? So these big EMPs are a little bit easier to hit, and that's why Buds was getting like 90-95% of the team in every EMP, and when he wasn't, it was still good, right? The solo EMP onto Zenyatta, he got 3 earlier on Hanamura, and that's all they needed, but he's just even adding more than what they need at this point.
Yeah, if the Zen dead, you see red, you push in, there's very little that the enemy team can do without that, the healing that Zenyatta provides, because Lucio's kind of just tickle heals at that point. But something that I would definitely like Atlanta to look at is just, again, the role of Brigida against a Sombra. You saw what happened to Perfect when he tried to put pressure on Lastro's Zen. Brigida was immediately there, and in fact, stunned him and allowed for that kill to come through. So we would love to see, Sugar Free playing maybe a little bit pulled back, just to make sure that that peel is at least a threat, right? Because Buds was just free-ranging.
Well, that is going to be it for our first game. Skyfoxes take down the finalist from last season, Atlanta Academy, 3-1, and our first major upset of the season. But that's not it, as our next game is brought to you by the number 2 with XL2 and Phase 2 coming up next. We'll see you soon.